My name is Kozue Akibayashi. I am International President of Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, which is the oldest international women's organization, peace organization, that was established in 1915, and we have been working since then to achieve a peaceful world, but also at the same time to achieve the women's human rights. We see the link between peace and the achievement of women's human rights. WILPF has been devoted to achieve total disarmament, including nuclear abolition. We have one special project on nuclear abolition, which is called Reaching Critical Will, who worked very hard to realize the nuclear weapon ban treaty that was adopted on July 7th, 2017. Demilitarization and disarmament are essential to move into a world beyond war because both addressed the major elements of the social institution of war. Demilitarization is about changing people's thinking, and disarmament is about changing methods to deal with disputes. Demilitarization and disarmament have to go hand in hand, because giving up arms, that's disarmament, alone does not lead to the fundamental change that is necessary for the world beyond the war. We need to achieve demilitarization, that is to change our belief system that about the usage of the force, that the coercive force is necessary for security and safety of our life. And organized institution like the military has been legitimized and justified by that belief, and we have to change that. So demilitarization is not only about dismantling the military, but dismantling our thinking. And WILPF has been unique in that effort to offer perspective that is gender, but that is to problematize patriarchy. Again, legitimization of force by characterizing that force as masculine power, and masculine is more important and more adequate to provide safety and security for the people, and for those, in fact, that actually excludes many people in expressing their views or contributing to the social process or political processes, because those who are not masculine enough are not good enough or smart enough or knowledgeable enough to participate in a political process or decision making. And that is what that we argue has actually caused many wars that we have experienced over 100 years. We argue that disarmament would make our life better, make our life more secure, safer. We have invested too much resources, natural, financial, and others, to developing, testing, and using weapons. There are many other ways to use our resources so that all of us can enjoy basic needs. Basic needs should be assured to everyone. The benefits of disarmament is to reallocate those resources that have not been used for people to be used for a better use for everyone. Challenges, of course, this has to do with militarism as well, that there's a myth about the arms would protect us. They don't. But we have to address that notion. If we have arms, we are safe. No, we are not. In America, maybe, if you are in a more dangerous situation, if you have armed in your house, in your household, and that can be an analogy to state relation as well. We need to address that thinking that arms protects us. They don't. I'm based in Kyoto, Japan, and I have involved in feminist peace movement around U.S. military bases in other parts of Japan and other parts of Asia for the past 20 years or so. A particular issue that these feminist peace activists have addressed is sexual violence committed by U.S. soldiers stationed overseas, including Okinawa, Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, and other places. The sexual violence by U.S. soldiers alone, of course, is something that has to be stopped. But we also looked at this problem as a fundamental problem of militarism and militarized security and colonial aspect of that militarized security policies. Okinawa and South Korea and the Philippines, they all suffered colonialism by Japan and the United States. People in those communities who still, quote-unquote, host U.S. military on their land, sea, and air have been affected. Their lives have been made insecure by the very presence of these soldiers. And the soldiers are there because of the security, because they are to assure security. But people in local communities, their lives have been made insecure. They don't have, they are deprived of the opportunities to develop their economy, sound economy, because their lands were taken. They were daily exposed to operation and exercises of the U.S. military and their allies, and that have much longer and deeper effects than we probably think about. And they have been exposed to that for generations. Their cultures and identities were also denied. The combination of colonialism and militarism that creates a clear hierarchy, and that are brought to on their in their community. There are many other aspects of their lives that were endangered by the presence of the military. And of course, sexual violence have always been sexual crimes, sexual assaults, but we also include prostitution for soldiers as a form of sexual violence and exploitation. So women and girls and boys and men who are to be protected by the military are actually not protected. So we have posed these questions. So what is security? Who's security? And who decide? These questions came out about probably 20 years ago. We believe that these questions still need to be asked because the situation have not changed, remained same, or got worse even. There are military buildups in Okinawa, in South Korea, in the Philippines. The people's lives in those small islands or far east are made insecure by the presence of the U.S. military. And when the majority of people think that the military is to provide security for people, this is a clear example and of that contradiction of that militarized security, and that has to be addressed now.